Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Nurse Onyinye Juliet. So there have been a lot of drama going on concerning ILR this past few weeks. So I am here to throw more light concerning the contribution-based model that the new Home Secretary Shabana Mahmood made in her speech. And I would also like everyone to just contribute in the comments what you feel, if the contribution based model is something worth doing. Is it something we already know? Okay. So today I'll just be going straight to the point concerning the ongoing drama. So today we'll be talking about the contribution based model that was brought up, or rather introduced, by the new Home Secretary by name Shabana Mahmood. Okay, so the Home Secretary on the 29th of September during their Labour Party conference at Liverpool came up with some statements concerning the ILR pathway. Okay, so she brought about something known as the contribution based model for the new ILR pathway. Okay, so sit tight, hold your popcorn while we dive into the discussion. All right, Shabana Mahmood went ahead to bring out the second point she mentioned, which she talked about doubling of ILR.
For that reason, we will soon increase the time in which someone must have lived in this country to earn indefinite leave to remain from 5 years to 10.
Yes, the ILR pathway. So she made in her statement that most likely that ILR will be doubled from 5 years to 10 years. Yes, baseline. That's what she said. Okay. She said in her statement that ILR for most visa routes is going to be 10 years. So what we don't know now is if this is going to still affect those that are in the UK that are closer to getting their ILR. She didn't specify this. She just categorically made it somehow clear, saying that ILR is going to 10 years and not 5 years. So that is one of the points she mentioned. So it's just like, you before coming into this country, it says if you come in and you do the right thing, you pay your taxes within 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 5 years, you have had all this done. You are expected to have your ILR, and boom, the Home Secretary Shabana Mahmood is coming to say that have it at the back of your mind that we are planning on doubling this to 10 years and not 5 years. While in some countries, you know, while you're coming into the country, you already have your PR, that's your permanent residence, also known as ILR here in the United Kingdom. Okay. So I already made a video concerning this ILR, okay, and the debates and everything that has been going on concerning this ILR. So you can watch those videos. That would help you to understand, this video much better. All right. So back to what I was saying. So they intend on doubling the ILR to 10 years and not 5 years. So meaning that everyone should tighten their belts and let's see how things continue to unfold, because she said there are still going to be public consultation. Okay, there's going to be public consultations before it is finally decided. But basically she did mention that most visa routes ILR will be doubled to 10 years, but that those that who are contributing or are highly contributing to the economy of the society, who are boosting the integration and the value of the society, most likely might have a shorter route for the ILR. maybe they will still maintain the 5 years or 7 years. And they are still trying to let us know that this is to be earned. Okay. You staying 5 years, 10 years doesn't mean that the ILR will not be denied. It can still be denied if you don't meet most of the basic points or most of the new points they are bringing in. Okay. So the Home Office Secretary, during the speech, the Labour Party, conference at Liverpool, made some speech and brought out some points concerning what people should do or what immigrants should do if you are expecting to get your ILR. Okay. So before we go into what Shabana Mahmood said, a lot of dramas, like I said, was going on. Firstly, the Reform Party in the UK, led by Mr. Farage. So this man came to say that if Reform Party gets to be the ruling party in the UK, that their plan is to scrap out ILR. Not just scrapping it out, but if you also have had your ILR, they also intend to make it null and void. And then they are going to bring out a new, stricter, tougher rules that everyone must comply to in order to be able to get your British citizen. Okay? That was what Mr. Farage proposed during one of his speech. Okay? And as that went on, the Labour Party, which is the ruling party here in the United Kingdom, okay, led by Mr. Starmer, the Prime Minister, came out to debunk what Mr. Farage has said. He categorically made some statements saying that what Mr. Farage has made in his speech is totally wrong. That he sees Mr. Farage's speech as a racial speech. And he went ahead to say that the Labour Party are interested in curbing net migration, in bringing down the net migration. Okay, that is the goal for the Labour Party. And they also intend to make the visa rules more stricter and tougher in order to encourage and ensure integration and value, okay, in the society. He also went ahead to say that they intend to make those, applying for asylum visas, those that has been misusing this route, that they intend to go red light on them and make sure that if you apply for it, that it's only those that really, really need this would be given the access to the asylum route. But those who don't meet up to the criteria would get the consequences for not doing the right thing or for trying to cook up lies in order to be able to get this particular route. Okay? So they are not interested, the Labour Party are not interested in kind of scraping out or scrapping out the ILR, just like what the Reform Party are proposing. So back to the essence of this video. On the 29th of September, Shabana Mahmood came up to bring out a model called the contribution-based model. She is trying to say that getting your ILR, okay, that you have to earn it. Is something that you have to earn. It's not something that, is your right to get. So this lady went ahead to bring out some points, okay, that this is what is likely going to happen if you don't follow these rules, okay. So the first point she brought out was concerning the English language proficiency test. So Shabana Mahmood said that for you to get your ILR, that one of the requirements expected of you as an immigrant is that you're meant to have a high standard level in English. So both your speaking, you must prove that you have high standard level of English. And my question is, what do you mean by this high standard of level? Does it mean that we have to have a band 7, a band 8, a band 9 in English to be, that high standard level that you are saying? So we need further explanations on what she really means by having high standard level in English, because she says that this particular point is non-negotiable. Okay, you have to speak English fluently and it has to be of high standard. What she means by this high standard, we don't know. Hopefully, they will clarify us later on what they mean by high standard level. Okay, she went further to bring up another point. Okay, and this second point is concerning employment and financial contribution. Yes. So Shabana Mahmood is saying that for you to get your ILR within the qualifying period, you ought to be working. Yes, you ought to be working, not just working, but you ought to be paying your taxes, you ought to be paying your NI, okay, your national insurance contribution. You ought to be paying that. And not just about only paying your taxes or, paying your NI. She's also saying that you have to make sure that you do not get any benefits, like you did not apply for any benefits, you have not been getting any benefits, any public funds whatsoever. So you remember that, if you are in the Type 2 visa, okay, that one of the criterias that you must obey is that you are not entitled to public funds, you are not entitled to any benefits whatsoever. Okay. And so now Shabana Mahmood is making it categorically clear that you should not try to indulge yourself in getting public funds or benefits, because once you fail this rule outrightly, you will not be able to get your INR. That is what Shabana Mahmood said in the speech she made in the Labour Party conference in Liverpool. So, guys, try as much as possible to avoid any public funds, any benefits whatsoever. Let's try as much as possible to avoid it so that you can be able to get your ILR when due for it. All right? So, the next point again is about clean criminal record. So we're expected, if when you come into the United Kingdom or any country, you are expected to abide in the rules and regulation. Okay. And one of these rules and regulation is trying to obey the laws. Okay. Trying not to do that will implicate you, that would label you a criminal. Okay. There is no excuse to ignorance when it comes to the law. And this is why this channel is very helpful, because I bring to you news concerning nursing updates, immigration updates, okay, so that we stay guided and well informed. Because if you fail the rule, no one is going to pardon you when you say, "Oh, I don't know the rules." You will not be pardoned, okay? So we have to ensure that you have a clean record, no criminal record. Because, guys, the government are already, you know, bringing down the rate of migration into the country. They are making the visa rules more stricter, more tougher. And one of the ways you can make it easier for them is committing crimes, not obeying the rules, working more than the number of hours you should work, okay, doing things that you are not supposed to do. All these things, okay, can put you in the bad book, and causing you to have a bad record, and this will outrightly make you not get your ILR, just like your ILR being denied outrightly because you don't have a clean record. Okay, so we have to ensure we have a spotless record. All right, let's try to do the right things, guys. Okay, let's obey the rules. Okay, so she also made another point concerning giving back to the community. I think this is the new one that we knew not about, guys, because we already have at the back of our minds that yes, once we pay our taxes, pay our NI, obey the rules, that when it's time to apply for INR, that we could get the ILR. We believe we have earned it. We have contributed economically, contributed to the economy of the society. But the shocking aspect of it is Shabana Mahmood is saying that we have to give back to the community. And how do we give back to the community? By doing voluntary works, free works. So, guys, it's just like, going to work, doing your work diligently after having a stressful day, coming back, and it's your day off to rest, you still have to make out time from that day off to go and do some voluntary works, some free works. So Shabana Mahmood is trying to say that we need to give back to the community. And giving back to the community means that we value, it's just to show how you value the society. It also helps to boost the integration and the cohesion of the society. So before we thought it was, just contributing economically, that is our own contribution, or that's the major contribution you have to do in order to prove that you are eligible to get the ILR. But she's coming up to say now that we need to do voluntary works. We need to make out time to go and do free works. So we have to either, engage in charity works, NGO works, just to be qualified to get an ILR. Okay. So what do you think about this, guys? Do you think that this is necessary? I know that yes, that we have to contribute to the society. We have to give in our best, our all and all, which I believe is what we have been doing. Try to avoid crimes, doing our works diligently, paying taxes, paying NI, and at the same time, like for health workers who go into the hospitals, give their quality care to the patients, and are so vulnerable because so many illness flying in everywhere, and they have given out that vocation to care for the patients no matter what. Okay, so after such stressful shifts, coming back, and the day off, you are meant to probably have good time with your family, have some rest, and you are being told that you are to do at least a maximum of 50 hours voluntary work in order to be able to be eligible to get the ILR. What do you think about this, guys? Is this part of the stricter measures to get the ILR, or do you think it's fair? Let me know in the comment section. All right. But what I would say is that we are here to obey the rules, okay? And we will always keep, doing that which is right. And so I would encourage everyone and to my subscribers not to panic, okay? As all these are being unfolding, there are still public consultations that will still be done, okay? So let's try to do the right things, obey the rules and regulation. Let's, now try to bring out time to do some voluntary works. Yeah, do some voluntary works. Let's to prove that you actually, value the society. You are bringing in your all, okay, to get into this integration done, okay. So, and one good thing also she mentioned, unlike the Reform Party, is that they, this rules or anything is not going to apply retrospectively to those who already have their ILR. Yes. So for those who already have their ILR, okay, they will not, come out to say, oh, your ILR has become invalid, or no, you need to do some certain things in order to earn your ILR back. No. Okay. So they are saying that if you have gotten your ILR, you have gotten it, and there is no need to panic. At least that is a good news, right? So my advice to my subscribers is, well, let's continue to do the right thing. And it's high time everyone has to go do some voluntary work, okay? Just in case. I mean, let not doing voluntary work stop you from getting your ILR, okay? Since paying taxes and NI is not enough contribution, okay, to the society, the best thing to do is to engage in the voluntary work so that we begin to give back to the society. All right? So, thank you so much, my subscribers. You are the best. God bless you. Thank you for listening to me. So, for any further updates on ILR, on UK immigration changes, I'll be bringing it up to you. And also for nursing tips, nursing informations, and lifestyle, I'll also be bringing it up to my channel. Okay. So, stay tuned and expect more. All right. Please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. All right. Thank you, everyone. Bye.